All right, Zach, we are live. And kickoff just happened, and we already got an injury. 33 Calgary, not sure who that is, but first quarter. Kind of first play in the CFL already kind of roughed up. So what are the conditions right now in Calgary? Like, it looks like it's not raining, but it kind of looks very murky over there in Calgary.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, like, look at the camera.
If you were going to ask me, you probably shouldn't have put a Canadian flag in front of it. That was probably...
Well, the Canadian flag was there.
You then like to me, Carter?
You then stood behind it.
It looks very red and white.
The Canadian flag was there.
You then chose red and white out today.
You chose to sit behind it.
I had to do work, like what I'm paid to do.
That sounds like an issue, and not an ish.
It's an ish. No one. I got paid. Everybody check out Bonfire Sports Winnipeg and the No One Hustle podcast.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
We're one subscriber away from 2,000.
First and 10. Calgary on their own 42. Adams gets it. He's throwing into the flats. And just a small gain for Jalen Philpott. And one thing to note, Dustin Crum starter here for Ottawa as Drew Brown's still out. Back for VA. 2nd and 8. Nearly gets picked as that gets deflected.
Ottawa. Carter, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Ottawa. Okay.
Stamps forced to punt. Put that down. And goes out of bounds. I'm going to put this in the CFL Discord.
Do you know how to tag somebody on a post, on a photo, on Twitter?
Okay. Ooh. No, I do not.
I'm making this again.
Let's see here. Redblacks run that, get a good run.
Emoji schedule, tag location. Tag location? Oh, no.
They're going to be trying to get the run game going as with Dustin Crum at QB, your passing game isn't going to be great, so Adebayoye gets 8-yard run. 2nd and 2 on their own 40. Second and short. Gets it through. First down. Redblacks. Alright, let's see here. I'm just going to tag this. I don't have this tagged yet.
If I add this. So I should be able to tag people. Where the fuck can I tag people?
Maybe it's one of those paid features. I don't know.
But Carter, look. Compare my handheld to my...
Yeah, I don't know. Calgary's going against the Lift. Short pass, first down for Ottawa as they just cross midfield. Let's see here. And going back, Crum with it. He's still running with it, and he'll get the first down. I'm just updating this right now.
And you're going to see as soon as Dustin Crum comes off that play action fake, you recognize Clarence hits the end. Is caught to the inside. Crum seeing plenty of turf in front of him. Makes the decision quickly. Uses legs to pick up that first down. Down to the Calgary 38. It's the breeze here for Ottawa.
1st and 10 on the Calgary 38. And we got a flag out here.
Violation. Ottawa number 18. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. Defensively for Calgary, keep an eye on the aforementioned Clarence Hicks. I think he's got a chance to become a pretty good bookend there opposite Florida Rumoane. Expect to see a number of snaps at middle linebacker. Attack with Markel Lee out of the lineup today. Adrian Green, first year Stampeder.
Rick will be joining us later, but probably close to the end of the first quarter. Sorry. Back for Crum. Crum in the pocket. Pocket starting to collapse. He escapes. And he's going to run. And either has the first down or just shy of it.
Different element Dustin Crum brings to the table. Drew Brown, not necessarily noted as a scrambler. Matthew Schultz, a guy who's got that athleticism, but really picks his spots. When you look at Dustin Crum,
and he will get the first down
part of his game.
On the Stampeders 28, or nope, 2nd and 1, sorry. And Crum will have it, and they're going to get that. So first down, Ottawa.
Starts last year. He had 14 starts in his first year coming into Kent State in 2023. His last one,
Oh, he doesn't like that.
days ago against the Argos late in the season, back in October of 23. And I think when you look at how long it's been.
Yeah, interesting thing to note here with this game. Both teams wearing their color jerseys tonight.
Hey!
Goes back for Crum. Dirty camera. Makes a pass, gets about probably 5, doesn't get it, so incomplete. Yeah, I don't know how this passing game is going to work for Ottawa here without Drew Brown. Dustin Crum's passing game not great.
Understanding his reads better, understanding those progressions better. Have an opportunity back in 23 to work those things. He was learning on the fly. He was learning while facing 5 forwards. It wasn't the plan. It was just the way that season unfolded.
Redblacks with it. Crum in the pocket. Gonna throw that. And oh my goodness. And it's dropped, so it'll be incomplete. And Ottawa gonna go for a field goal here.
Oh, God. No, I don't want to do that.
Don't want to do what, sir?
I'm just figuring out how to do something.
And I take it whatever you did not want to do?
I did not do it correctly.
Ooh, Zach, is this your work? Is this your work? Nicely done.
Do you want to see my pièce de résistance?
Let's see here. Kick is up. And it is good. 33-yard field goal for the Redblacks. So 3-0 Redblacks so far.
Power
What? Sorry. 8-ball. Understandable. Valid crash out. Okay, Carter, do you want to see what I made?
Yeah, let's see it.
It's beautiful. It's...
Is this a graphic you made?
This, all of the, everything that
You
isn't...
see. Everything video.
Everything you see that isn't their faces is me.
Okay.
I Googled it. I found the clip.
Yeah.
So I put this in there.
Yes, I've heard about this.
Wait for it.
Love that. That's great.
Yeah, that's going up at halftime.
Oh, we already got a subscriber. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. What was that?
Subscribe to those young whippersnappers.
Good God, clean the camera. Somebody just wipe the lens. Pretty crummy weather. Are you streaming Blue Bombers vs. Lions later? Yes, we are. We're doing a doubleheader. Rick will actually be here after the first quarter of this game. He's just making some food right now, and then it'll be both of us doing both games today. So, yeah, we were always going to do Lions versus Bombers. Oh my God, that is an empty crowd. That attendance at McMahon Stadium looks abysmal. I'm not going to... Now, I understand the weather's pretty garbage over in Calgary right now, but like, oh boy, that's not good. Yeah, no, we just kind of decided the other day, just kind of somewhat last minute, that we were going to do this game too. So, you're welcome to stick around if you'd like. Actually, I'm going to go to CFL attendances on Twitter and see if they've posted the attendance of this game.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go!
Yeah. Yeah, CFL attendance reported 3 hours ago. Stamps looking to go 3-0 as Adams as their QB. Calgary attendance is still low. Many sections not even open at McMahon Stadium. Again, to be fair, though, the weather is garbage today. And then I have updated some of our, not all of our graphics, but I've updated some of our graphics back to the double E, just because that's the logo they've been using.
Do you want some unofficial news?
For the rookie camp?
Look, last-minute deals are thousands of stays with Verbo. Ultra Facial gives you 24/7 freshness. It's general skin.
You want to record a couple days of...
Okay.
Do you guys...
That is a don't talk about that?
Yes.
Got
It's a don't talk about it, but also, Carter, it means that thumbnail is going to be made once the roster's announced, which will be probably right after the draft.
Yeah. And then you'll know you'll have to say at the start of the video, right?
Hmm?
What day is that?
The day that it's...
No. Like, think about the actual date on the calendar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh.
You were looking through the red and white, boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yes!
Yeah.
I thought you meant that in comparison to when free agency starts. In comparison to it.
I meant, like, holiday.
Oh, hang on.
Calgary Stampeders running it. Mills gonna grab a first down. Good run from Mills. Looking forward, my preseason favorite player, Quentin Cooley. What he doing today in his debut, as well as Matthew Peterson and Faval. Yeah, no, Again, I think you run Peterson after what you did after how awesome he was last week, but I would not have a problem if Quentin Cooley got some reps. I was very pleased with Quentin Cooley. Also, I forgot to change this over. Calgary has the ball right now. First and 10 on the Calgary 53. They're going to try rushing this again, and Ottawa are going to stuff that up. Going to be a gain of maybe 1 or 2 here for the Stampeders. Hello?
Want to send me the invite?
Will do. All right, we're going to have Rick joining us right here. Just gotta send him the invite. Rick will now be joining the stream. So, second and 8, Stampeders with it. Vernon Jr.'s scrambling, going to pass that down, and he'll connect it. And they'll get just under the 35-yard line. Stamps move the chains. First and 10 on the Ottawa 33. VA with it. In the pocket. Gonna escape. Gets through and grabs about 4 or 5 yards. Oh. And it looks like we got Rick here now. Hold on a second.
Except for I can't see you.
Can we hear you?
I can hear you, but I can't see you, though.
Oh, it's too loud.
I am
Turn
here.
his volume down.
No, his volume's fine. You there, Rick?
I just can't see you.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. My script, my visual's on. Oh, we lost Rick.
Tragic.
I think he might just be trying to rejoin so he can see me as well.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Clean your camera!
This is what I've been saying.
Clean your camera!
They gotta clean the camera, seriously.
Clean that
Mine
shit,
has nothing
dog!
to do with it.
You there, Rick?
Yeah, I'm here. My camera has nothing to do with it.
No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about the TSN camera because it's really mucky.
Oh.
Here, can you move the mic a little closer? You're a little quiet.
It's right beside my face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see you.
You can see me now?
I can see you now.
Okay, yeah, it was glitched there for a
Hey,
second.
how about that fucking shit show last night?
I watched the end of that. I was actually
Freaking, I lost track of how many penalties there were.
Oh my goodness, I didn't see the whole game, but like I saw the end of that, and I'm like, oh my god, like Toronto tied it up, they hit the 2-point conversion, they got it. And then you kick it to the guy nicknamed Super Mario, and look what happens. And they only had 11 guys on the field. Good God, somebody count!
So the thing is, if you go back and watch the second quarter, there must have been at least 5, if not 6, 15-yard penalties.
I saw what you sent on the penalties. That's insane.
Oh, apparently I found Ryan Dinwiddie's press conference. The guy lost his shit out on the press conference, apparently. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, yeah, I heard that he's like, we're chopping some heads after that. That's brutal.
Oh, he's like, there's people cut tomorrow.
Yeah, know what? You know what? Fair enough. Although
quarterback one of them.
Well, no, because you kind of like. I mean, although I would say, like, would you get because their quarterback's not the guy responsible.
Their offensive line is trash. They have no defense.
Their line looks terrible, and they're taking so many damn penalties. Like,
I can't wait to see us play them in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like Toronto's got to get their shit together.
Man.
I called Connor before the game, and I'm like, okay, can you do me a favor and beat Saskatchewan today? Even though I had Saskatchewan in my picks, I wanted Saskatchewan to lose because at the end of the day, I'll pick whoever I think is winning, but I want whatever's best for the Bombers. Actually, Drake just asked in the chat, will Bombers defense dominate the game again after an incredible performance last week? That is the friggin' hope.
I mean, considering that Jeremiah Mazzoli's not playing, or Jeremiah Mazzoli's the quarterback, they should.
I bloody well hope so. Jeremiah Mazzoli only had one thing of note that he threw, and it was a pick. So it's funny, Rick. You got food just before, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to get food at some point because I haven't had anything today. So I'm probably gonna get that like halftime. I'm gonna need you to entertain the people with the stats.
Man, I went to go to Dave & Buster's today. I've never seen such. What's that?
You guys have a Dave & Buster's over there?
The function.
But I went
Vibes
to the one
Dave
today.
and Buster's are immaculate.
The customer service there was fucking atrocious.
Uh-oh.
Gaming was okay.
I mean, I kind of hope so. As long as they're not, like, out of order, they should be fine.
No, but, like, our server, I specifically told my server what I wanted for food.
Rene Paredes goes for the kick, and it is wide right. Missed from around 42 or 43 yards.
Takes it out.
And we got
Flag!
a flag on the play.
I think Castillo and Lego need to hold kicking camps this year.
They gotta
because the rest of the league doesn't know how to kick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Castillo didn't miss one as well as a convert, but I'll put it this way. If we're looking collectively, it could be a lot worse.
Oh, it could be a lot worse.
Now, one thing I will say, at least a little bit of slack for Brett Lothar on one of the kicks last game where the hold wasn't great. Now, it shouldn't be unusable, but it wasn't great. Although he was missing the same way. You'd think he'd make an adjustment, but... If Saskatchewan lost that game yesterday, I
would have been pissed.
The Ryder pitchforks would have been out.
That game should not even have been close.
Yeah, no, that game looks better for Toronto than I think it actually was.
I'm just very angry that Ottawa's winning this game right now.
It's only 3-0. That's hardly anything.
I know,
Ottawa,
but still.
Dustin Crum has it. He's going to be forced to throw this out of bounds.
Ottawa number 23 holding.
2nd and 10, Redblacks.
What's Vernon Adams been like? 2 for 3, not too bad. 1 for 4. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, you have to realize a lot of these ones were actually a good pass, but the guy just literally had to go through his fingers because I guess they got a bit of rain or whatever, and just not like they're not the passing game's not connecting as well in the weather.
See, last night would have been a lot better.
Like seriously, look at the camera, Rick. Look at the camera at the field right now. It's brutal.
Oh,
2nd and 10, Dustin Crum, and gets sacked in the end zone. And that's going to be a safety for Calgary. And so it is now a 3-2 game as Calgary grabs 2 points on the safety.
Now I can see why Zach was getting pissed off at the camera.
Yeah, you see how bad that is? God, wipe! That's all you got to do. I listened press conference after the game yesterday. Riders beat the Argos.
Oh yeah, I still haven't listened to that yet.
Head coach of the Argos said we play disgusting football. Yeah, that sounds like something Ryan did what he would say.
Oh, by the way, Kenneth George Jr. sends out a tweet. Number 18 on SAS, your ass better learn proper tackling technique. Football too hard for you to be chop blocking like you did. Jeez. Better be, or you be playing less than you already do.
Yeah. Okay, the rain is
really... Isn't it nice? Here's my question. Okay?
Yeah.
Not to be that guy. Isn't it smarter with 20 seconds left once they get to a certain point in the field just to let them go all the way? Because if you let them... Because then otherwise you let them run out the clock and field goal it. Like, am I dumb? I could be dumb.
Like, what do you mean?
If the guy's kick returning it and he's already at the 30-yard line, okay, and there's 20 seconds left in this game, right? Okay, Wouldn't it be better just to let him, like, unless you're gonna 100% get the ball out of his hands and force a turnover? Isn't it better to possibly let him run into the end zone, give yourself time to march down the field. Because otherwise,
Like, are you saying
they can run out the clock for a field goal with no time
Whoa,
left.
hold on a second. Are you talking about the idea of intentionally giving up a kickoff return touchdown
No. I'm not. Okay, let me rephrase it.
to have time to then get it back?
Carter, I'm talking about it for the guy that's trying to tackle him at the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
Or less. At that point, the fucker should make the kick.
Well, here's the thing.
So the logic is...
But here's the thing. Brett Loeffler has missed that kick.
Okay, but do you see my vision?
I guess.
It's more an issue in NFL than CFL because in NFL you can run out absurd amounts of clock.
Yeah.
That's like why you see some
Oh my
people go
God.
down at the 1 yard line purposefully
Yeah.
to run out the
Okay,
game.
so a few things here. Good God, TSN, clean the camera. Second and
Second and tell us. I mean,
first and
second
10 on
play
the Ottawa
Alberta.
35.
I mean, second
Calgary,
and Moores.
trying to run it. They're going to grab about
I mean, second
6
and
yards.
Travelodge. Sorry, that's all of our broadcast sponsors
Carter,
for tonight.
tell Zach what players you interested that the Jets would pick up and sign.
Who do you think, Carter?
Who do I think? Well, I mean, now that we
Jonathan
got
Taves.
now that we got Johnny Taves, I would like to maybe see if we can get Mr. Patrick Kane. Get them back together. So that would be nice. And I saw a rumor thing that he may go for around $4 million ish. And so it's like with Jonathan Taves, I guess you're using him as either the 2C or the 3C, depending on where you play Lowry. And with you losing Ehlers, like obviously I'm not saying Patrick Kane now is what Ehlers is, but you get something, you get a winger that can play with him. So I don't think Patrick Kane would be a bad signing. I think that would be good. I mean, as someone who also likes the Red Wings, I was pretty pleased of his time in Detroit.
Zach, you know what frustrates me right now?
I think it would also help the development of Cole Perfetti. Have all that veteran talent around him.
Veterosity.
Zach?
So Vern Adams Jr. going to get a good run here.
He can't hear me.
Well, they fucking pay him for it.
First and 10 on the Ottawa 13. Still a garbage camera. And VA going to fake the handoff. And he'll pass that on to the side. They'll grab about 6 or 7 yards. 2:08 left in the first quarter, but clock still ticking, so.
I hate how people try to tell me stuff. Oh, this happens? And it's like, hey, where's your source? Oh, it's on here. And then I go to look. I'm like, it's not on there, bitches. I'm like, if you're going to give me a source, tell me the good source, not just, oh, it's on here.
Bro's falling for the goose chase. 2nd and 4 here. Calgary. Going to toss that into the end zone, and it's too far as he was looking for Jalen Philpott. Doesn't find it. 3rd and 4 here on the Ottawa 7-yard line.
Did you ever hear that episode of...
Here comes Calgary. Oh, they're about to score 6.
Guy, the weatherman.
Let's fucking go.
Whenever he went to go play golf.
And so... Calgary's going to go for it. 3rd and 4 on the Ottawa 7. I can't exactly blame them here. And VA's got it.
Should.
Going to escape through. Puts the pass in. And it's dropped incomplete. Turnover on downs. And it was a little bit of
Calgary,
a low pass.
shit.
Although I do think he should have had it. But again, it's just... I almost wonder if maybe he should just run here and grab the first down. And Barnes not able to grab it. And so Ottawa's going to get possession, but they're going to be deep on their own 7-yard line. What was that link you sent me on Snapchat? Oh, is that the press conference?
From last night, yeah.
Yeah, I'll check that out later.
That was my point. Wow, what a shitty throw that was on 3rd and whatever it was.
I mean, it's not the worst throw I've ever seen. It's not a great throw, but again, you have risks with the passing game with this kind of weather. I don't blame them for going for it. I just wondered if he maybe should have ran there once he escaped kind of around the right side defensive end for Ottawa. So yeah, that was the first safety of the CFL season this year.
Makes sense. Most offenses are smarter than that.
Yeah, players definitely was not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I saw somebody mention this the other day. I can't remember if it was on like Discord or Reddit or whatever, and it says that so many of the Iranian missiles are being intercepted in Israeli airspace. Marquise Bridges must be there with them. I was like, damn.
Ponder.
That's kind of a good one.
Ponder. The boy ponders.
First and 10 for the Redblacks. They're going to run this and grab maybe about 3 yards. Get 3 or 4 to around their own 10 or 11 yard line. Seriously, how do you, like, you got to clean the camera, TSN. Like,
you know what the people love? Trey Vavel, apparently. 3,000.
Vavel's great. Vavel's great.
Carter.
Yeah?
Hey, they can't clean the cameras. They're now paying Luke Wilson to do Friday Night Football.
That's right.
That's not in their budget.
Who's Luke Wilson?
Don't really know much about it. Rick, who is Luke Wilson?
Luke Wilson used to play in the NFL. He was first drafted by like the Argonauts back in the day. He was a tight end. Now he's not playing. Now he just hates a lot of people on social media.
Also, attendance in Calgary today is absolutely atrocious.
I mean, it can't be any worse.
The weather is garbage, but I mean, like, there's like nobody at this game.
I mean, Toronto only had 12,000 last night.
I think this is worse than that.
You know what? I'm gonna tweet out to TSN.
3rd and 1. Although then again, I almost wonder with weather like
3rd
this,
and 1.
if there's a lot of people in the.
Run!
I almost wonder if.
Can we clean the lenses during halftime? Please and thank you.
Or have a cover for the camera. You know what I mean? So it's not just soaking everything up. And it looks like they are going to punt here on 3rd.
Oh, it's really downpouring. Jesus Christ.
Boo!
What was that all about?
Well, we don't like that Ottawa's punting on 3rd and 1.
I think it's fucking terrible. I think they hit the
Look!
punter.
See, Rick, look at that. Do you think that's 12,000?
Oh,
he drops it!
First off, the punter nearly
Rick,
got level.
when that ball gets punted up, look at the crowd. You
Okay,
think that's 12?
I'm looking.
You think that's 12,000?
Hold on, he hasn't punted it yet.
Okay.
Oh, he has.
Listen, I'm on Google TV. Android box, I'm behind.
Did you see the punt?
Hey, can we stop looking at Bob Dice for crying out loud?
Okay. Are you about to see the punt?
No, not yet. This guy's just jogging on the field. Like, who cares? Let's just punt the ball. 2 seconds left. Okay. Hike the ball. Hike the ball. Come on, hike the ball. Okay, punt it.
You know what we're gonna do someday?
Do you think that's 12,000?
I don't know what's on the other side, but I mean that's not the whole field. But I mean, who's gonna sit in a pouring down rain game though?
Yeah, I almost wonder if some of the people have tickets, but they're in the like at the top in the concourse. You'll get that at like baseball games and shit like that. So, what were you saying, Zach? Sorry.
One day we need to binge watch. You ready for this? Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my god.
I'm very upset.
What are you?
I gotta
very
listen to fucking Glenn Suter fucking second game. This is fucking bullshit.
I'm sure Glenn Suter is going to tell us about how great the Lions are and whatnot.
Well, when you
Should-
got a guy like,
uh,
like Nathan Rourke in the pocket,
Except he's not fucking in the pocket because Jeremiah
Or-
Mazzoli.
Or if you're Glenn Suter and you jinx the kicker right before he kicks the
oh
ball.
God, what's with all the colors?
Nothing like jinxing the kicker when he goes to kick the ball.
What time's the other game at 6?
I believe so. Yeah, even like if you see this camera shot here of announcers or whatever, it like that crowd behind doesn't look good. Poor attendance. And it will be the second quarter now. So Redblacks now going against the wind. Stamps got the wind with them now. Apparently.
$300.
Carter, we got a baseball score here.
What do you mean?
It's 3-2.
That's
We got a baseball score.
I'd say that's a hockey score.
Okay. No, yeah, serious conversation time now.
What's a baseball score,
A
Zach?
baseball score is
3-2.
9-4.
Is what?
9-4.
9-4? Yeah, that's more a baseball score.
Baseball score is when at least one team.
Okay, sorry.
One team has
This-
more. When one team has more than 8, and then the other team can have any number of points.
Sorry, this is Florida Panthers playing Edmonton before going into overtime in Game 7.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't go into overtime if it's 3-2.
It also did.
Well, listen, you can still get another single and be 3-3.
Boo
Uh-huh.
that man! Boo that man!
Boo!
You can't do that.
3rd and 4 here on the Ottawa 40 for the Stampeders. They're forced to punt, although a bit of a strange punt formation.
This is going to be the lowest scoring game this year, or this
Week. Yeah. Let's see, what is the weather in BC?
Well, they have a dome, so it won't be wet.
This is true. I'm just actually curious what the actual weather is right now there. It's a little cloudy there, about 17 degrees by kickoff, so that's not bad. It's a bit hot in Winnipeg today.
God, Mother Nature really said, "You want to play a football game?"
Listen, I need Calgary to win because I want to go 3-0 in the pick'ems.
It's funny. If Calgary wins, I then go. Wait, let me see here.
You pick Calgary for ours.
Oh, Ottawa going long, and it's not even
Flags again.
Ottawa missing long.
So far, I'm 2-0 on the picks, but I want Ottawa to win this game so that way Calgary gets a loss.
I don't want Ottawa to win this.
See, the thing is that we picked the same team in terms of who we think is going to win, but I want Ottawa to win this because then that means that Calgary doesn't go to 3-0, and I don't want Calgary going 3-0.
I want this game to Calgary to win because then next week, when Toronto and Ottawa play, at least one of them is going to be 4-0 or 0-4.
I need the points out east, except for Winnipeg.
No.
2nd and 10, Ottawa on their 42. Crum with it, going for the pass, and it's just a bad throw. Doesn't connect. 3rd down, Redblacks. 3rd and 10.
Wow, they really suck.
Yes, they do. Just think, this is Ottawa's third quarterback in 3 weeks.
Yep. Oh my goodness. It goes back. He drops it. Punter with a pretty bad
works.
kick.
That kind of worked.
Not a great kick.
It got over at midfield. You fucking take it.
Yeah, but he was only 10 yards away from midfield. I fucking hope so.
And then he lost the marble.
Just a sloppy, messy game of football.
The heck is with throwing at people's fucking feet?
Did you see the kick yet or no?
No, I just seen the incomplete pass to Addison's feet.
Yeah, no, it's not a good throw. But take a look at the punt, because the punt's not better.
And here we thought Ottawa's going to be a top team in the East. Oh my God!
Yeah, you see that?
What the heck kind of punt is that?
The rushed kind. When you drop,
Because now you go up 10 yards. Lost the handle's not even the word. What is that, a rugby kick? 91's prancing like he's a freaking reindeer.
The Bombers posted a thing saying, "So did anyone do this?" And it's a road trip to BC, and it just says, "From Winnipeg to BC Place. Avoid Regina." And it said if you walked it, it would take 514 hours to walk.
So last night in Toronto was Pride Night, so I don't know if that means anything with last night. They're not pride enough to win.
I would encourage you to not tweet that.
Obviously, I wouldn't tweet that.
I implore you to refresh.
1st and 10 here. And VA's going to run it. Ball comes loose. And the Redblacks get it.
No!
Oh my goodness. Ball comes out of Vernon Adams Jr. when he runs. And he's taking a responsibility for it when he's running off the field there. And now this will be the second turnover of the game for Calgary. Turnover on downs, and then a fumble here for VA as it just gets popped out and grabbed instantly by Henderson. Good play by the Redblacks, and they get possession here. 1st and 10 for Ottawa, midfield. And they're going to fake the handoff, and Crum's going to run it, and he'll grab a first down there and be at the 41-yard line. Redblacks 41.
Wow, how do you drop that?
Got a flag.
Honestly, I don't know how you drop
runs
that.
For Dustin Crum. Ottawa with an illegal block. It's going to be 1st and 20. And Justin Hardy going to be called on the illegal block. So let's see here. He's going to go up, and he'll block the linebacker, and he blocks him the other way, so kind of just on the back of him, so this is not going to count. 1st and 20 on the Ottawa 45. This goes back for Crum. Crum looking to pass that. Connects it. Ball comes out, but they're going to call that an incomplete pass as he didn't really have much possession.
Good.
So this will be 2nd and 20. Ottawa on their own 45. Eugene Lewis couldn't quite grab that.
Carter. Just wait. Just wait.
See Lewis in the video. Goes back for Dustin Crum. Dustin Crum getting pressured. Got pressure coming from behind, though. Almost gets him, but then the next guy will.
Fuck. Throw the ball.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot.
He didn't have anywhere to throw it. There was nothing there.
Well, not when he has an arm like a goddamn water soaker.
What? The fuck does that even mean?
Means it's got no range, bitch.
I love how Rick just left. And Redblacks forced to punt here in this exciting football game.
Have you seen that clip? That clip.
It's going to be a pretty good punt downfield.
Have you seen that clip of sketch like Spider-Man, Bubba, Nacho Libre? Thank you for coming.
What the fuck?
Hang on. Look, car.
What the fuck?
Are you running the bat?
Spider-Man, Nacho Libre. Thank you for being here. Ain't nobody watching this.
Oh, is this the Ironheart show?
Mm-hmm.
See, if this is a show I do watch, this will be one that I watch just because I want to know, like, if it's gonna be important later on. There's still some shows I gotta get through. Moon Knight. So Ottawa was forced to punt that there, and now Calgary's got possession.
Calcium.
Once.
Oh, I take it three times.
I take everything else once.
You can take 3 times. You got your other one too, eh? You round one in your bedroom.
Oh, well.
One that plugs into USB.
First and 10 here for the Stampeders.
I'm not for you outside. How come you didn't have your
VA,
arrow
he's
on?
going to hand this off for Phil.
What error? In my car? Because my window's open.
8 or 9 yard gain for Philpott.
Okay.
Edmonton Elks have released Emmanuel Ragumba. Just breaking.
Crum sacked for 20 yards or loss of 20 yards. Dang.
First and 10 on the Calgary 34 for the Stampeders. Goes back. VA going to hand this off. They're going to run it again, and he's going to grab the first down, and he'll be up to around their 47. Do you think Winnipeg Jets would make a trade in the offseason? We need more depth for helping us win the cup. It's funny. I'm really not opposed to them trading our first round pick this year, but I don't know. This is kind of the Jets usually, like, they'll make a trade around 1 or 2 around trade deadline, and then they're occasionally one throughout the year if there's a real big need. Just before the draft, that like is not really usually a time I remember them making much of trades, but Calgary going to hand this off again. He's going to keep going, and he gets the first down. He's keep going down past
You can't throw the ball out here.
the Redblacks 35. Good run for him. Oh, Mills. And we lost Rick. Rick, you there? You there, Rick?
48.
Rick, are you there?
48.
Rick, can you hear me?
Connected.
Rick,
Connected. Do do do
Rick.
do do do.
Here, I'm kicking Rick, just so we can reconnect. Hello? Can you hear me?
How dare you kick me?
Yeah, because you couldn't hear me. I was talking to you for like 5 minutes, and then you just start going do 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 do.
Well,
and
no,
I'm
because I was testing my headphones. Because
oh,
I stopped
okay,
working for a second.
okay. So then, yeah, but then I kicked you, and now it's working. And now they're going for short yardage, and he keeps going, and he gets down to like the 10. Walker. Sorry, no, it's just yeah. You weren't like it was clear you couldn't hear me. So I'm like, I'll just kick you and then reconnect you.
Dustin Crumb's 2 for 8.
Did Zach is interested? What kinds of players could the Jets select in the first round?
Defense. Third liners.
Forward, probably the first round.
Probably a first, some sort of forward. Let's see here. VA with it, handing it off. That's the thing. It's the reason that the passing is so bad, like in terms of that, and it's not going to get any better. Is because both teams are forced to run the ball here because of the weather.
Go VA, go, 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 go. That's what, like the 10, 15, 20?
You just
Oh, that's PJ Walker. Ooh, Mills at the 6-yard line. Go Calgary. Let's go Stamps.
let's see. 2nd and goal on the Ottawa 4 here for Calgary. Camera's in horrible shape. They're going to try running this. And they're going to get stopped at about the 1, it looks like. And good run for Mills. Mills stopped.
3rd and 1 at the 1.
I'm interested
3rd
in
and 1
drafting
at
a
the
forward.
1.
Yeah, I'm interested in drafting a forward if we choose to draft. So it's 3rd and goal
Everyone wants to take
on
a
the
forward in
1 yard line.
first
Calgary
round.
is going to go for it.
Zach's just waiting for fucking
On one,
Ehlers to resign.
And he's going to try wide. He doesn't get it. The Redblacks stop him on the 1.
Again!
It's the rain.
And this will be another turnover on downs as Calgary tries to get a little fancy on short yardage. Going wide, but was perfectly contained. 3-2. I feel like you just have to kick everything this game, no matter how close you are, though, just because of like how low scoring this is.
They should have at least had 6 points just for field goals already.
It's funny. I can't blame them for going for it. You're only 1 yard away. You need to have the faith in your team to get that 1 yard.
Adam's like, I need a coat on right now.
I to be honest, like obviously with the benefit of hindsight, I could say like, oh yeah, you know, he should have just kicked it, but couldn't get the 1 yard. Drake's like, or defenseman. Yeah, maybe.
I suspect if we don't trade to acquire any more picks.
Yeah, Dave Dickinson, stand there looking like a fool. You have 3
Carter,
turnovers.
3 forwards, 2 defensemen.
And the sad thing is, Ottawa doesn't even have 0 points from those 3 turnovers.
What'd you say?
They have 0 points from those 3 turnovers.
Yeah, well, to be fair, 2 of them were like in like 5 yards, like to the end zone.
Can I just bring up the point that there's like 5 minutes left in the second, and Crum only has 18 passing yards?
Because again, there's gonna be like no passing this game.
I mean, Ottawa only has what, 40 yards rushing. Hopefully, Cooley doesn't get much rushing this afternoon.
Yeah, although if Cooley gets some rushing, I wouldn't mind. I still think Cooley looked really good in the preseason and could work well.
No, I need Peters. I need Peters for all the
Jeff
yards
Hamilton.
that he can get.
Ah, that's the Stampeders.
And the Redblacks going to run the ball here, and they got a decent run.
9
Williams
yards.
stand back, 9-yard
Second
rush.
and 1.
Going to be 2nd and 1. And short yardage here, and it looks like the Red Blacks will get it.
Zach, how you liking the press box?
It is fun. It is nice.
Is it comfy? Do they give you? Is it a comfy?
Okay.
Is it a comfy chair?
It's fine. It's not. It's not like.
Uh-oh.
It's not supposed to be cozy. It's good. It's not cozy.
Carter's like, Zach's like,
But like, I'm not.
tell us how you really feel.
It's not supposed to be comfy because you're there to do your job. They're cheaping out on you, Zach. You're the next big thing.
I can just picture Zach yelling in the background with John Hodge right beside him.
Carter, see if you watch
Red Blacks rush, and they're gonna get another first down
Carter,
here.
If you watch Dexter, you'd know this meme.
I will say, Zach literally would text me being like, the one thing that sucks about the press box is having to stay professional, like being like contained and not being able to, you fucking idiot, hold on to it. Like, you know, that's the worst part about the press box is you gotta stay contained.
Next to us, and it's got people in it, and like we got like I think it was the Mazzoli pick, and I was just like this. I was like looking at them, I'm like.
Stand-back going for another run here. Stand-back will grab about 4 or 5.
Where's Milt Steagle's hot garbage comment? Because this is hot garbage.
Yeah, it's not a great game.
Oh.
So thank you to those who have joined. Thank you to Drake for keeping the chat alive.
What? I was watching the game last night, and your comment came into my head, but I can't remember at what moment.
Carter, we need to watch Smallville. This is a real Smallville clip. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh my God.
We used to be a society, damn it!
Yo, what have you done for me lately?
And is that what the comment you were thinking of?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was. It the whole Connor McDavid? Yo, I don't think Connor McDavid will resign Edmonton.
I think he will.
Only because it's going to come down to what Edmonton does in the offseason.
Again, Edmonton's gonna hand McDavid a blank check. They're gonna say, "What do you want? Give us the number. We'll sign it. But no, however much you take, the rest of the pie is being divvied up by everybody else. So if you take the whole pie, you're not going to be playing with the great. You know what I mean?
I think Because Toronto tried to do that with their core four, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, but McDavid's different because McDavid, like, but that's the thing. Toronto didn't try to do that with their core four. They didn't hand out blank checks. They just hand out bad checks. McDavid, like, you're not like there are like with the core four in Toronto. Like, as much as they're good, they're not Connor McDavid. None of them are. McDavid is the best player in the world, and so it's a unique situation.
Okay.
Ottawa actually going to throw it, and they'll connect to the first down here, and they'll get to around their 40-yard line.
So, Carter, here's the question for you. Would you take the blank check, or would you rather play with better players?
I think you go somewhere in the middle. Realistically, as much as McDavid can make $20 million if he wants to, I think he lands around 15.
Because there's no way he will resign if they don't improve their team this offseason.
Ottawa going to run this. And Stanback gets that over midfield. First down, Redblacks. Carter and Zach, the Dallas Stars are hearing calls for trading Jason Robertson.
I have no energy to entertain this, but they're not.
Get on working your sources there, Zach.
They're not gonna.
Yeah, Zach's saying they will not trade within the division. And Rick just lagged out again. Oh, do we have Rick back? Rick, are you there?
I got kicked again.
I didn't do anything this time. Stanback running through past the 40 down to the 35-yard line. William Stanback. Can you hear me, Rick?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I didn't kick you or anything like that.
I know. I'm just bugging you.
Let's see here. Stanback. Offensive line for Ottawa doing a pretty decent job. I mean, they gave up that sack early, that safety earlier, but besides that, they'd be mostly pretty decent, at least for a rushing offense. Around 2 minutes left in the second quarter here. Redblacks with it on the Calgary 35. Goes back for Crum. They'll hand that off. And out of Boye gets them to the 31-yard line, about a 4-yard run for Ottawa. Second and 6 on the Stampeders 31.
They've also been battered by how much they suck.
They have been battered by the rain.
And their lack of ability.
And Redblacks going to throw this. They'll connect it. And they're now down to around the 13 or 14-yard line.
Your Ottawa Redblacks are now in the Red River Co-op red zone. If they score a touchdown or a free row gets a... I don't know. We never won it. We never won.
Rick, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your brother talking about Ottawa Red Zone winning some free prize.
He was referencing the thing they do at Bomber games.
The Red River Co-op red zone.
And goes back for Dustin Crum. Dustin Crum fakes
this
the
is
handoff.
Nargo's
Looking to pass
first
it. Dustin Crum into the end zone. And it is too far.
Intercepted.
Incomplete. As it is just too far away from Geno Lewis. 2nd and 10 here on the Calgary 14, though. I'm not going to lie.
The only way that they'll win is that they got a
Ottawa
bunch
here,
of rushing
I don't
touchdowns.
know if I'm aiming end zone again. I might just want to rush it and literally rush it up the middle, get it even closer, and kick a field goal. Because, again, like, touchdown this game is like the passing game for Dustin Crum is just not there. Like, he honestly, there's more chance he throws a pick than there is he throws a touchdown. But we'll see here. We'll see what they do.
Can we mention how Keelan White, the rookie, is leading in yards with 29?
Pass it down! And it is incomplete. He goes for Geno Lewis. Geno Lewis has it, but then the ball comes out before he makes it down to the turf. So it's 3rd and 10 now. Again, I would have ran it here, so they would have been, rather than 21 yards out, they would have been sub 20 yards for the kick, but now they're going to need to make sure that the hold is good with the crappy weather.
He just dropped it.
Yeah, no, he never had that So I would say that he, like, even without that hit, he doesn't have that ball. And so the Redblacks now, I imagine, are going to be going for a field goal here. And this will be a 22-yard field goal attempt. Redblacks kick it. And it is
Wide.
through.
It's wide. It's wide.
And he hits it. So 6-2 for Ottawa.
It's a blowout hockey score.
With around 58 seconds left in the second quarter, Calgary will elect to take it on their 40-yard line. If you're the Stampeders, at least try to get into field goal range.
Revolutionary idea, Coach.
To get at least a field goal in the first half of this game. Goes back for VA. VA hands that off. And Redblacks do a good job stopping the run. About a 3-yard gain from Mills.
Hey, Carter, I got a new quote for you when it comes to Edmonton.
Oh, yeah?
We don't know how to not lose games. It's not about winning games. It's about not losing games.
That's long.
Hurt my brain.
Quoting Ryan Didwitty last night.
Oh. 2nd and 7. Redblacks going to run this again. And he'll be about 1 or 2 yards short of the first down.
2.5 short.
Yeah, about 2 yards short for Calgary here. Doesn't quite get there.
Next 2 Redblacks, Calgary ball.
Thank you for everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. The likes actually really do help, believe it or not. So we appreciate all of your support. Also,
I guess
comment in the
I
chat
should
if
do
you got
one.
anything to say. Yeah, 3rd and 2. Calgary is going to be. They're set up to punt here, but they may just. Yeah. Calgary's just killing the clock here. Although, are they actually? Or actually, they can't. They do have to punt at some point. So, Stampeder is going to punt this. And
go for it,
Redblacks
pansies.
will catch it, and
go for it.
with around 6 seconds left, that whistle is blown.
Hail Mary!
So, would not be surprised if they just run out the clock here.
Hail Mary!
You want the Hail Mary?
Punt it out of the end zone, and then it can be 6-3.
Hail Mary!
Well,
Flea
no,
flicker.
Jesus
that
pass.
flea flicker with 6 seconds left. Bro, they dropped that ball. Yeah, so 1st and 10 on the Ottawa 33.
Who got the ball first?
Ottawa? I can't remember. This goes back for Crum. Crum, yeah, just going to hand it off here. Ottawa's going to run it. And
No, that whistle came late. No, that was...
How?
there's about 1 second left, but I don't know if they're going to run out.
And the HE double hockey sticks, does a player get injured on the first play of the game?
Yeah, that did happen. So this will be the end of the first half of this game. We are now at halftime. Rick, I will be back in a minute or two. I just need to grab some food, entertain the people. Zach's also here.
Sure. Wow, each team has 131 rushing yards. That's interesting. Neither one can pass. Each team has 1 sack. Calgary's 2 for 9 on second down. That's atrocious. Six penalties between both teams and a half. Not too shabby. Not as close as last night was. Zach's like, can we just get to the Bomber game, please? We got something exciting where the camera's not so foggy.
Yeah.
TSN, please clean your cameras, goddammit. Just take a cloth and wipe them. We're not asking for much. Bob Dice, I would laugh if you fell while running.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot because there's rain on the lens.
Different than you would expect. Yeah, because you're garbage. Right in the panel. Dustin Crum falls and breaks his leg. Zach, is that you stretching behind Kate?
What? I'm over here.
Is that you stretching on TV behind Kate?
No. I'm over
You're
here.
in the
You can
joke.
see me.
I know. It was a joke.
Oh. I'm too tired for that.
Certainly what? Come on, John Hodge. You gotta be more specific. Redblacks with more red black than red 6. The non-red blacks with more red than black 2. So Saskatchewan Roughriders post 2.1 million net operating profit in 24. Do. I miss you. Do. 1, 2. Oh. Let's go watch this press conference. Oops.
Rick, you still there?
Just listening to the press conference.
Nice. We got some watermelon. We're eating healthy. What? It's watermelon. It's good. What the fuck?
God.
Oh, so Carter,
Yep.
while you're gone, 3 down, reported that Rough Riders posted a 2.1 million net operations profit in 24
2.1 what?
million
Like that's their profit?
net operations profit in 24.
The Riders did?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
they saw their revenue increase 15% in 24, going from
That's good.
35.6 in 2023 to 40.8 last year.
Like, as much as I don't like Saskatchewan, I want Saskatchewan to make money because it's just healthy for the league. I want every team to be posting profits.
I don't. Get poor, loser.
Fuck off. Hey, Micah always getting interviewed right now, Rick.
Yeah, I have his jersey.
So do I, except I have him on Calgary. You have him on BC. Well, I got you back, Rick. It glitched.
Yeah. He has to sign the jersey in a couple of weeks.
We love
Whenever
Micah.
they
Micah's
come to
great.
Hamilton. Look at last week's game.
What'd you say?
Ten defensive tackles in week 2
Yeah,
last week.
He had a pretty good game. Like, despite the fact that they lost, he played pretty well for them. You know what I've realized? This is so this is our second live stream of this year, and this is our second Redblacks away game.
Didn't he wear glasses when we interviewed him?
Nope. AJ Allen did.
Yeah, but he has contacts now.
Well, I mean, he probably had contacts before that he wears for.
Isn't Michael Alway the one that has the app?
That has what?
The app? For
What
football? That purple.
Oh, you're talking about was it like Purple Shift or something like that?
Yeah. Was it Michael Alway that started
Yeah,
it?
that was his app. Purple Shift, yeah. Yeah, Mike Alway is the founder of Purple Shift. Can you turn that down? I'm trying to hear this.
No.
There,
Zach,
Carter.
I
Do I
want to hear
feel
this.
Carter? Do I feel at home now?
1 second. Oh, there you go. I actually want to hear Mike Alway here.
Cobra! Yo, that dog looked like it'd been through better days. You see that dog?
Checks out. That is the Stampeders.
Carter. Big dog coming through.
Big dog on eat. Micah Alway has an engineering background, really? Is he actually? I feel like I should have asked him about that.
Yeah, you fucking do. But that's okay. We can't all be extraordinary reporters.
Oh, he's bringing up the physics.
Engineering background, you gave us a Cobra analogy, you talked about artwork. Sir, you are hired. You're on. I'm all for the all defense panel. I know I was really against it, but this was amazing. Send that to the Screen Awards. We'll be back. 6-2 ball game.
Man, this is the boring. This is worse than last year's game.
Micah Alway has a degree in petroleum engineering, so like mechanical.
Yeah, he was just talking about that.
Yeah, well, he was talking about that. No, but petroleum engineering is such a niche, like it's a very niche skill. Like it's a very specialized position. Interesting. I mean, like, I've had to do, like, hydraulic load calculations as well, except I wouldn't be doing it with explosive material. The only ones I did were water. Zach, it sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's just basic plumbing.
Here you go, Carter. Here's a better photo for
Even if
you.
you can't do it, like, it wouldn't take long for you to learn. You'd be able to figure it out.
Carter, when you're done, go check your Discord.
I was checking now.
Well, I mean, once you're down feeding your face, but there's a better photo.
I still don't think that's 11,000. Like,
homeboy, that's a high school game.
That's like that looks like 4,000.
Well, like you said, how many people are under the concourse?
That's true. That's why I've been looking. I'm curious to see at the end of this week when CFL attendances, like on Twitter, when they post what.
Oh, they'll post what the one tonight is. Oh, just what we need to hear. Are you urinating more often?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Top players who are on. IR. Go on. Who are the top players?
I am the top player. It's me.
Drew Brown. Number 8, Janarian Grant. Number 7, Mustafa Johnson. 8, Emelis. 5, McInnes. 4, Rourke. Bagleton. Number 2, Kelly. And number 1 is Brady Oliveira.
Brady Oliveira. Brady Oliveira.
What the hell was that, Zach?
Matthew Peterson.
43 passing yards for Ottawa in this
Carter,
game.
go leave a like on my social media posts.
I will do that.
So that I have good standing in my company. Also, feel free to
Where on what platforms are?
Instagram, but also Twitter doesn't have.
On Bonfire?
TSN doesn't listen to us.
You posted this?
Posted three things.
Okay, well I liked 4 things, so you should be good.
That's beautiful.
All right, so it looks like Calgary Calgary won the toss. They elected to defer, so Calgary's going to end up with the ball here, unless they wildly screw this up.
Thank you, Chantel, and a nice tribute there to Reggie Begelton, injured with a broken leg last week.
They'll kick that down.
Teammates thinking of him. And yes, mentioning
And Calgary with a pretty decent return to about the 50.
this late in the half. He has 7 carries, 76. I guess no surprise. Running game is looming large here.
Yeah, it took both teams a little while to get to it. But in the second half, that was certainly the story. We'll see if that continues here into the third.
And the Ottawa Redblacks, mentioning off the top, they had won the toss and they deferred, knowing the wind could be a big factor here in the second half.
Oh, number 44 for BC is going in the dunk tank.
All right, and VA with it. Vernon Adams Jr. getting pressured in the pocket. He's got a lot coming after him.
Oh, he got 3!
He's got to get that ball out. He's throwing it down, and it's going to be out of bounds here.
Touchdown!
I wish. Don't get my hopes up like that.
On the other field. He says this after Vernon Adams Jr. throws it like fucking 15 yards out of bounds. Second and 10 on the 51. Calgary with it. Redblacks put that back, or Stampeders, sorry. And he'll bat that ball, comes loose afterwards. They'll pick it up, but they're going to rule this incomplete.
Fuck off.
6.
And
it's
this
the
will be-
people on Facebook that love Trey Babel. Unexpected, but a success.
I was about to say, it's the Facebook audience is an interesting bunch.
It's extremely erratic, and I'm not very.
Oh, they are.
Because you get that, but then you also get like someone will post about them removing everything else related for the thing, and you'll get the 10,000 comments being like, just change the name back already, and it's like, okay. Oh my goodness, they went to punt, and Calgary will punt this down.
I think that's one, sir.
And
They fumble the
to
ball.
the side of the end zone. And so Calgary will now go up to 3 points here as they grab a single.
Yeah, they're only down with 3.
Someone called the Kaiser Speaks on my fucking.
What?
Why is the Kaiser Speaks on my? The Kaiser Speaks. But you know what's crazy? Not sure it matters what station it's on. CBC had some good announcers, like Don Whitman. Okay, the Kaiser Speaks. Whatever you say.
6-3 Redblacks.
I so hope the Winnipeg game's better than this.
It's gotta be. Fucking anything's better than this. Redblacks. Fake the handoff. Dustin Crum running with it. Running wide. He's gonna take a couple hits, but he'll be able to get over
Dustin Crum fakes the handoff. I think he literally has no idea where he's going.
Okay, well, he did fake
I
the
don't think
handoff.
he has a plan.
I think
I don't believe in the vision.
you know what it is?
I doubt it.
You fucking asshole. No, it's just they're just running the ball here, whether it's Crum or whether it's Standback or
You know what I think?
Attaboye.
You know what I think, Carter?
What?
I think they're just running the ball. Whether it's Crum or whether it's Standback, I just think that's what they're doing.
No, say the third one.
I don't remember.
Attaboye.
Daniel
If
Adnaboye.
Voila.
Oh, Crum. Gonna pass it down.
Oh, you got lucky.
And
You got lucky that guy turned his
Pimpleton
head.
can't quite get it. And this
Because
will
he
be
has to
second
go
down.
home and pop his pimples.
Rick,
Ah,
the
too
mic's
funny.
over there.
I know.
Yeah, I thought it was at risk of being intercepted, but I guess I'm just a sad, confused child.
Yeah, although Pimpleton a decent positioning here. He just didn't get it.
Dustin
Second-
Crum, 5 for 14, 43 yards.
2nd and 10 on the 53. Goes back for Crum. Crum with it. Getting pressured. Gets a hand on them, but they couldn't quite get it. Crum going to pass this down. He'll connect with Gino Lewis. Gino Lewis hurdles one and then gets hit out of bounds. But we got a flag on the play.
It's coming back.
And are we going to be maybe having a holding here?
On
Roughing the
Ottawa,
passer
Ah,
on Calgary. Major foul.
come on,
let's
Calgary,
see
get
here.
your shit together.
Because Crum has it. And Brown gets the roughing the passer. And, so when he reached for it, the issue, because Crum then kept going, but he hits him in the head. Hits him in the face mask. So this will be 1st and 10 on the Calgary 19.
Coward, villain, heinous actions.
And Crum's going to pass it.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think that goes off the turf here. So
Wow.
this will be
terrible
incomplete.
throw. They pay him for that?
I love how that, all this will just be Zach shit talking both team. Is there a site I can stream this on? Well, so if you're
It's called CFL Central. Pay the fuck attention.
well,
and
it's
listen.
Canadian Football Central.
Yeah, get your shit together.
They
Anyways,
actually request
CFL
quality,
Plus has this. If you're in Canada, though, you'll need to use a VPN.
Carter,
If you're outside of Canada, then
if you want to know Wolby and GB's thoughts on your questions, just check the mailbag chapter.
where?
On the,
Crum is
on the
nowhere.
live stream that they do.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
We have
The
a
chapter.
mailbag.
Okay, the mailbag chapter. I see what you're saying. Sorry, I thought
Let's
you.
go,
I wasn't sure if it was gonna be on the social media. Or...
Lewis misses.
I'm a Yankee boys. Yeah, you should be able to
Lewis
stream it for
misses.
free on CFL Plus
I'm gonna
online.
say this, Carter.
Yep.
I love Wolby. Holy fuck. Wolby.
Lewis
I
is
have
gonna
to
miss
go back
this.
to guy.
Why?
Because Wolby loves to talk, and I get it.
And he
I
just
love
keeps
to talk
going
too.
on.
No, it's not that he keeps going on. It's that he bounces around. Like he'll be like, "Oh, and this time
and so
in
it's hard to keep
83.
it in. For...
Oh, but now Matthew Peterson. Oh, but that O-line.
Okay, 27-yard field goal attempt for Lewis Ward.
Let's go, Lewis. Miss it. Miss it.
And he'll kick
Miss
that.
it.
It is up, and it is
Miss
good.
It's a
Field goal
curveball.
for the Redblacks makes this a 9-3 game.
Strike. Batter out. Change sides.
Abracadabra.
9-3 Redblacks in this game.
Hocus pocus.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee boy. Yeah, if you're from the United States, then unless this game's on ABC, which I don't think it is down there,
CBS Sports.
you should be able to watch it on CFL Plus for free.
Or if you have
Make sure you
CFL
leave
Sports.
a like on the live stream first, though, and subscribe if you haven't already.
U.S. audience watching on CBS Sports.
No, I think that's where my phone is. I'm trying to remember where the fuck they're.
Another field goal for Lewis Ward. Man, this is almost a snooze fest.
Trey Babel.
Carter, you want to know the thing I just seen on X?
Hold on a second. Yeah?
The New York Mets have lost 7 games straight since they flew the pride flag during the national anthem.
Well, that's sucks to be them. They should be more proud of themselves.
I feel like that's not a great way to look at it. I got negative 1.5 Ottawa, $50. Lol, I'm a degenerate? Okay.
Normally people don't they call themselves that unless it looks really cringy. And I mean that in the nicest way. It's not the type of thing you advertise.
And up to 539 kilometers of all-electric range. The Hyundai Ioniq 9
It's funny, this game would be tied if Calgary just went for field goals instead of
No
to get
shit.
touchdowns. But then again, if they actually connected on either of those touchdowns, they'd be leading. So, you know.
I'm gonna watch this drive and then I get ready to go.
It's a sandwich that's built
Where are you
to
going?
satisfy. Tipped differently with the new Supreme
Holy
Oh, I
fuck,
see.
he's so open!
You're at his place for the bomber game?
internship abroad. I joined a crew of criminals, and I would like to get killed by a deranged man in a kingdom. You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I can chew a lot.
I can chew a lot. Ironheart on Disney Plus. Calgary's leading
DGen
receiver.
gambling talk. Must be American lingo. Sorry, boys. Oh, you're good. Sorry, when you say DGen, I'm thinking like degenerate. So
The Democratic Party?
Don't make this political, Zach. Oh my goodness. Goes for a handoff. Kind of drops it. Are they ruling that an incomplete pass? Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
They ruled that an incomplete pass.
Verdon Adams actually threw a 30-plus yard pass.
That's kind of hilarious. This goes back. They'll pass that onto the side. Doesn't really get much of blocks, though. And he will get 1 yard here. That is what it means, but it's common phrase in gambling or investing. DGen equals gambling. Oh. Yeah, I guess I've never heard it in that context. Then again, I'm not someone into gambling, so maybe that's part of gambling lingo up here in Canada, but I wouldn't know.
Oh, a degenerate gambler? Well, sorry for your loss of house and time with your kids, but good luck with that. I mean, what? I have no idea what that means. I have no clue what that means. That can mean anything.
And Rene Paredes going for a 42-yard field goal here. He's going to kick it. It is up. And it's good.
It might be good. We'll never tell from here.
As the Stamps grab themselves a field goal to make this a 9-6 game.
Come on, they're only down by a field goal. We can do this.
It is a joke, bro. I gotcha.
Steven Paredes knows how to kick.
It's funny. You know what it is? It's probably one of those things where Canadians take things literally, or I don't know. I just maybe it didn't translate over text. I was not picking up what you were putting down, but I understand it now. So
Sucks that you guys have a short week next week.
that we do. Oh,
Yeah.
do we have Thursday game next week? Ah.
Yes, we do. 8:30 Eastern, 7 p.m., 7:30 Central.
Easy schedule for me, but bad for the team.
Would say there is a time and place though where you should very much take things literally. Maybe not for that. Fair enough, you know. But.
Touchdown to win is on at Save on Foods.
Carter, I bring
Screw you and your Safeway fucking commercials.
Yeah, no.
Carter, I bring a certain energy to the function, and now I'm
Oh, speaking of which,
Zach is leaving the function.
That's it. That's it. No, it's not. Damn it. Damn.
Just on commercial break right now.
No.
Jesus.
Rover, I said go.
9-6 Redblacks. Redblacks with the ball. Dustin Crum passing that down. He'll connect with Pimpleton. And he'll get through, and he'll get to around the 45-yard line. Are you guys NFL fans at all? Oh my God, he's pulling the Tommy Condell thing out. Not really. I don't know. I kind of find it hard to care. Like, and what I mean by that is like, it's not that I have a problem with NFL. I do prefer the 3-down Canadian football format. I like it better. And then also we have a hometown. Like, I'm from Winnipeg. We got our Bombers.
You don't say.
In the NFL, it's like there's no Canadian team. I kind of struggle to care about. Like, I don't have like I can watch it and enjoy it, but I don't have an emotional investment in any team. I've tried. I just can't get it. I'll watch the Super Bowl every year. I'll watch a few games here and there. Some NFL playoffs, this and that. But and then I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand their kickoff. I much prefer the Canadian football kickoff. Much better. Not a huge problem with NFL. There's a lot of stuff that's great about the NFL, but I don't have an emotional investment. You know, there's not one team that I really particularly care about. Nothing against it. Like if I lived in a city that had a team, then I would probably be a lot more invested. I actually enjoy American college football a lot more than I do NFL, just because the atmospheres there are just ballistic and insane. Let's see here. 2nd and 7 on the Calgary 44. Redblacks with it in the pocket for Dustin Crum. Dustin Crum going to sneak through. He'll be running towards first down, and I think he'll get just about 1 yard shy of the first down. How about the Oilers recently? I was pulling for them. So, it's funny. It depends on where you are in Canada, people's opinion of that. As there was a lot of people hoping for the Oilers, and myself kind of included. The people who would not, though, anyone from Calgary despises Edmonton, and vice versa. By the way, Redblacks do get it on short yardage. They'll have a first down. So Calgary very much not cheering for Edmonton. Rest of the country just kind of fine with it. Winnipeg was a bit of a unique situation where I live, is that last year everyone was pretty indifferent. A lot of people were hoping for it. There was a decent amount of people hoping for Edmonton for a Canadian team. But there were a lot of Jets fans because we had Paul Maurice. So the Florida Panthers head coach Paul Maurice was our head coach here in Winnipeg for a while. So, yeah. So I was fine with Paul Maurice because I was happy to see Paul Maurice with Stanley Cup. Like, that's the thing is, like, hockey is your guys' thing, though. Can't let Florida take it again. I mean, yes and no. Like, well, hockey is our thing, yeah. But again, it's one of those things where, as much as obviously we want a Canadian team at some point to win a Stanley Cup, there's a lot of tribalism where people are kind of like, no, like it has to be my team to bring the cup back to Canada. I'm not on that boat, but a lot of people are. I'm not too bummed, as even when a lot of American teams win the cup, it spends the majority of the summer in Canada. And when I say that, I'm not saying it as a coping mechanism like a lot of people will. I'm saying it in a genuine sense. Like, I'll give you an example. When Brett Howden and the Vegas Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup, Brett Howden, Mark Stone, Zach Whitecloud, all those guys are from Manitoba. I got to see the Stanley Cup in person, you know? So it was one of those things where I'm cheering for my team to win the cup. Obviously, I'd love to see a Canadian team win the cup again. I was hoping for Edmonton this year. But it is what it is. I'm not, like, destroyed about it. There are a few teams, like actually, funny enough, like Vegas, I really don't want to see win the cup, but that's more just because of the way my Jets have performed against them. So, it's kind of... I'm kind of iffy about it. Just more so hoping for my team. So, all in all, though, we won the President's Trophy this year. Did a little bit better in the playoffs. It was kind of a heartbreak the way the Jets went out with Brad Scheifele passing away the day of that game. But it is what it is. So, but again, even though Tampa and the Panthers are predominantly made of Canadians, the cup has been won by Florida quite a bit in the past few years. This is true. By Florida-based teams. So, 2nd and 7 on the 33-yard line for the Redblacks. Goes back for Crum. Crum in the pocket. Make a short pass, and they'll get that through, and that will be go to Adababoye, and that will be a first down for Ottawa as they inch closer and closer. So Anon, where in the states are you? Where in the states are you from? Where in America, as they say.
America.
America. Well, that's what I'll hear when I'm down there. So you know. We just call
Daniel's having a boy.
And that'll be a handoff. Adababoye is gonna be probably a loss of 1 here, I think, as he can't get that. This will be a loss of 1 here for the Redblacks. 2nd and 11.
Come on, Calgary. You're
2nd
starting
and
to piss
11.
me off.
And Crum is going to get taken out. They just can't get it, so it's going to be 3rd down. I'm in Arizona, and to the political guy in the group, which Zach, who left, Trump is a moron. I'll put it this way. All of Canada agrees with you on that. Except for maybe Alberta, because Alberta is kind of insane, but that's fine.
Alberta
so is Biden, though. Yeah, I
mean,
you know, the thing is, Biden wasn't even a moron. He was just kind of dead. Like, he was just a walking corpse. But, yeah, Trump's a piece of shit, though. We don't like him up in Canada. He's not welcome here. At the end of the day, I this goes for Canada, too, but especially in the United States. People get way too caught up in that crap. At the end of the day, your life doesn't really change that much. Field goal here for the Redblacks, as this is now a 12-6 game. Redblacks just consistently pushing the ball down far enough to kick field goals. I don't think we're going to see a touchdown tonight in this game. So
Carter's like, what the heck is this fool wearing?
Yeah, no, Calgary, not in a great spot right now. Oh shit! I forgot to change the graphic saying, because it still says halftime. Fuck. Whoops.
12-6 the score. Do you have to change that too?
Could though. He's gone very authoritarian. Come
on, miss, you stupid son of a gun.
Anyway, sorry, I'll drop. Oh no, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. No, I've heard about a lot of the shit happening down in the States, and that stuff's scary. So I do not envy your position. I don't know.
He does not condone it either.
I see the stuff happen in California, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that's nuts. So if you ever want to get away, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's none of that in Canada, any of that like polarization, but I wouldn't say it's an extremely. No, it's not nearly at it's not nearly as hot of a fire. So just know, if you ever want, you're welcome up here in Canada. We welcome Americans who are tired of that stuff. Fair enough. It'll affect Canada too, though, if it goes too crazy. I mean, it already has kind of affected us. We were kind of, threatened to be invaded, and we didn't take it too kindly. And then the guy that Trump lost the election, which of course he did. I like to visit Canada. I dated a Canadian chick for a second.
If you come to Canada, you gotta eat a poutine.
Well, you gotta go. You gotta go have one. Schwartz's Deli, Montreal. Best poutine you'll ever have. Incredible.
Schwartz's
Calgary.
Deli, eh?
Schwartz's Deli. Yeah, it's very much kind of like if you ever been to New York City, they got Kate's Deli. It's very much like that, kind of world famous. Yeah, what an idiot. Canada's only helped the U.S. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think Canada is a threatening country. It's funny. Someone actually, believe it or not, Rick, I don't know if you saw this. Somebody commented on one of me and Zach's videos, and we had like the Jets flag and the Canadian flag in the background. And someone's like, "Oh, you're shoving that flag down our faces." And then Zach's
I
like,
remember you
"Oh
saying that.
yes, the threatening flag of checks notes Canada." It's like like he found a way to piss off a group of the hardest to piss off people.
Rainy day in McMahon Stadium.
Yeah. 1st and 10 here for Calgary. They got the first down in short yardage. Yeah, I remember when LA was burning from their wildfires. We sent some water bombers down there. We've been dealing with a lot of forest fires here in Manitoba, although northern Manitoba is getting it, not really southern Manitoba.
I'm just glad I never took either of these teams in my fantasy. I would be losing my shit right now.
Oh yeah, no. Realistically, Anon, that's not gonna happen. We should be okay. As much as he's an idiot. And they'll have a nice pass here. I believe that's for Dominic Ryans or is that Barnes? I think that was Barnes with the catch. Also will be first down though.
Let's go. Alford for 12 yards. We're making progress down that field.
Alford with a catch for a first down here.
We are making progress.
And he gets that in past the 50. Damian Alford, first overall pick in this year's draft. So go back for Calgary. Calgary going to run the ball here, and they'll grab about 3 yards before getting forced down. Santos Knox with the tackle, as Benjamin couldn't keep that going. Not saying on if you ever go to Canada, that'd be a cool time, especially since like Canada is so wildly different depending on where you come. So you can go. Alberta has a lot of beautiful scenery, as well as over in BC. Not a ton to do in Winnipeg, but I think Winnipeg gets a worse rap than it actually is. Wouldn't be exactly the tourist destination though. Could go to Toronto in the GTA. That's GTA standing for Greater Toronto Area, not Grand Theft Auto.
3rd and 7. Come on.
Where's the best part? Yeah, so I'd say as a tourist, I'd recommend like Vancouver in that region. Really good. Toronto's good for like as a tourist destination. Montreal is good, but again, it is very much French first there, so that's something that you'll need to be used to or comfortable with. There, 51-yard field goal attempt, Rene Paredes, and he connects on it and makes this a 12-9 game as the Stampeders now with a field goal. So 12-9. I don't think we're getting a touchdown in this game.
That means Vernon Adams, if he doesn't throw one within the next quarter and a quarter and 1.1 quarters, he hasn't thrown a touchdown in 3 games.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think that's changing. But yeah, no, I'd recommend over in BC, Southern Ontario, like as a tourist. Like there are other spots that I quite like, but for a tourist, that's kind of where you'll want to be. I really like Thunder Bay, Ontario, but a lot of people are not as big of a fan as that. If you see, that's the thing. If you're in like Toronto or the GTA, you're kind of a hop, skip, and a jump away from Niagara Falls, so you get that.
It's about a 36-minute drive.
Yeah, so a hop, skip, and a jump. If it's under 3 hours,
depending
it's not
on
that far
traffic.
drive. Then again, I'm used to having to drive like 6 hours before I reach another civilization. Like,
Oh, that was like our trip to Saskatchewan last year.
yeah, no, Winnipeg to Regina. My
I'm sorry,
favorite
that was the
Canadian
most
thing is
boringest trip
Trailer
ever.
Park Boys. You know what's funny? I've never actually watched Trailer Park Boys. I've seen
Scenes?
I've seen like scenes. I've seen like things of that, scenes of Letterkenny, scenes of Shoresy, all that type of stuff. But I've never actually. The only like I think dedicated Canadian show I fully watched from start to finish would probably be Schitt's Creek.
I always
Schitt's
told myself if I had to get glasses, I would never get bubble glasses.
Around 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ottawa's got it on their 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Okay, I will be back in a
Goes
bit,
back
in a second.
for Crum. Crum hands that back for Standback. Standback with about a 3-yard run. Bro, it's hilarious. Oh, I know it's a good show. There's a lot of shows I haven't watched that I've just heard are very good, but but yeah, no, I've heard that's a pretty good show. And this will be the last play here of the third quarter. 2nd and 7 here on the 43-yard line. And I forgot to... Dustin Crum passing that onto the side, and Standback drops it. I forgot to change the graphic there to show Ottawa had it, but we got a flag on the play here. Let's see. Offensive pass interference. And the penalty is going to be declined here. So it'll be 3rd down, Redblacks. As Gino Lewis takes penalty. So just a 12-9 game here. Really, really close. Yeah, no, have not yet seen Trailer Park Boys, but I watch a lot of Star Wars and superhero stuff. That's what I predominantly watch. Mostly Star Wars. Love that stuff. Excited though for they got a Superman movie coming out in a couple of weeks, which I'm excited for. Okay, let's see here. Oh, is this ad from last year? Yeah. So, question there, sir. Have you ever watched any CFL? Do you follow CFL, anything like that? I'm curious. Like, I'm curious what, like, if this is, like, is this something new you're checking out, or have you followed the league for a while? Do you have a favorite team? I'm curious. Also, in just under an hour, Winnipeg will be playing BC. This is the team that I watch, Winnipeg. And we will be live streaming that game as well. So make sure to tune in for that one. As that one will be a lot more animated because I have emotional investment. I'm a big Bomber fan. And I do live in Winnipeg.
Which helps form a protective water barrier. Try Soothe.
This is definitely all new to me. I am an NFL fan. Well, welcome. Yeah. So if you want, do you know the rule differences? Like all of the rule changes for Canadian football or no? If you do, I'll explain them a little bit. Because there's some that you probably have heard. There's a couple that you may or may not have. So, I'm just curious. But yeah, if you're an NFL fan, welcome, man. We're excited to have you here. And kickoff here. And Calgary picks this up, and they'll run that out of bounds. Hit me with the rules. Okay, so the number one rule change that you will notice, firstly, this is 3-down football, not 4 downs. So there's that. We have something called the waggle as well in the CFL, which is where you're allowed a lot more motion before the snap. Your receivers can run up to the line, and then when the ball is snapped, they're already at full speed right as the play is starting. So it allows a lot of really deep ball plays, and it's kind of a lot of fun. The field is not 100 yards long. It is, and I'm talking the main field. I'm excluding the end zones here. It is 110 yards long. So we have a 55-yard line as our center field. Our end zones are also a lot deeper. They are not 10 yards. They are 20-yard end zones. They are relatively large. For a lot, kind of keeps the offense pretty interesting. The field is also significantly wider, so the field is both longer and wider. And our uprights are not at the back of the end zone, but actually the front. And when I say the front, I don't mean the post where it goes up and leans forward. If it leans forward, that line where the plane of the uprights are is at the front of the end zone. So if you're looking to make a pass and you're relatively close, you have to make sure you don't hit the uprights. This is an actual thing that you can do. So that is kind of another fun perk about it. CFL football is also 12 players on the field, like 12 per side. For CFL, and when I say CFL, I'm using CFL rules and Canadian football rules are interchangeable. It's not like how there's NFL rules, then there's UFL rules, and then there's NCAA rules, and then maybe high school rules are all like slightly different. Canadian football rules are very consistent from CFL down to plain high school. It's all pretty much the exact same. For our kickoffs, some more action is likely. Surprise at this low-scoring game. Is that common? No. The reason the game is so low-scoring is because the weather in Calgary is terrible right now. It is raining. It is murky. It is very cloudy. It's not good weather in Calgary right now, so the ball is incredibly slippery. This is why usually like Calgary would have a lot more offense. Calgary is actually probably the better team here, but Calgary predominantly relies on a very good passing game, and their number one receiver is in crutches right now. And the second problem is it's kind of hard to throw the ball when the ball is so slippery. Throwing or catching is going to be a problem here, hence why the passing yards is so low tonight. This should not be a problem in the BC versus Winnipeg game. So I would encourage you to check out our live stream of that starting in probably just under an hour. As if that game starts before this one's done, we may switch over to that because, again, I view that game a little bit more as a priority. But the in terms of kickoff rules, we actually, so I want you to imagine the NFL kickoff when they had the fair catch rule. Now I want you to imagine that they removed the fair catch rule. Our kickoff is like that, except we have what is called the no yards rule, which is where the receiver, until he touches the ball, or not the receiver, the returner, until he touches the ball, you are not allowed to come within 5 yards of him. And that is a 15-yard penalty if you do. So if the ball, and this applies to punts too. So if you get to the returner and he has not yet touched the ball, whether it's on the ground, whether it's still in the air, you have to stay at least 5 yards away until he touches the ball. Once he touches the ball, you can come closer. And so this is to allow us to have a very normal return, kind of like without rewarding people for killing the play, because that's essentially what the fair catch rule was. You're rewarding people; they could wave it off, and you're killing the play, and you're not playing. So this is to allow safety for our returners, so our returners are not run over and killed. However, still forcing them to play football, to return the ball. So this also allows for, because the reason I prefer this rule to even what the UFL and now the NFL has is if you're going to do an onside kick in the NFL, you basically have to tell the other team that you're lining up for that, based on the nature of how they're doing this. In the CFL, you can do a surprise onside kick, kind of like how the NFL used to be with their where you could just kick the ball 10 yards and grab it. And so that's kind of something that Canadian football allows. So I'm a very big fan of the CFL kickoff rules. One of the biggest kind of differences, in my opinion, between Canadian and American football. So, yeah. CFL has, like, not the biggest fan base in the world. It really depends on your market. Like, the biggest market, and I'm not saying this because I am a Bomber fan, is probably Winnipeg. Winnipeg has had at least 6 straight, like they've sold out a lot of games as of recent. In the past few years, their average attendance has been the highest in the league, almost always selling out, anywhere in the range of 29 to 33,000 people. So they've done very, very well. Arch rival for Winnipeg is Saskatchewan, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The other thing you got to realize is that the CFL is a very old league. The Redblacks are the newest team coming around in, I want to say, like 2015, 2016. But they've also had 2 or 3, like they've had 2 previous versions of a team in Ottawa, so it's nothing new in that sense. Football's not new to Ottawa, but the Bombers actually in about 5 years will be 100 years old. So Canadian football has been around for a while. We got an NFL fan in the chat who's curious about Canadian football, so I filled him in on the rules, all that jazz.
If you want a deeper dive in rules, go over to Ticats Talk Network. I did a whole video just on CFL rules.
Good stuff.
I don't know if it will allow me to do it, but give me 1 second here.
Not sure if you like the changes, not sure if you don't like the changes, or just find them interesting, but figured I'd let you know. He's like, is this low-scoring game common? And I'm like, no.
God, no.
The weather is garbage. Okay,
So,
3rd and 5, Redblacks forced to punt.
There you go, and just copy that link, and that'll give you explain everything about the CFL.
Did you just put that in the chat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I should see it in a second or two here. And Redblacks will grab a single here, making this.
It's a nice 25-minute video.
This will be a 13-9 game. I don't see your comment yet.
I don't know if you allow links to be posted in.
Yeah. Sounds like the rules are set up much better for high action. That is my opinion. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of the rules that we have for Canadian football. In addition to me having an emotional investment, I quite like it. It's not for everyone. Some people like it, some people don't. However, one of the big things you have to consider here is this makes the running game a lot harder. In the sense of if you're a running back and you're averaging less than 5 yards a carry,
there's another point.
You're not gonna be able to do much. So
13-9.
So that's why I'm a big fan of the best player in the league, Winnipeg Blue Bombers red running back Brady Oliveira.
Keep in mind though,
who is currently injured, which sucks. But Matthew Peterson did very well for them last game.
Keep in mind, it's not like the NFL where it takes like 2-3 minutes just to pull off one play.
Oh, yes. And actually, that's the other thing, is that CFL rules really slow the game down near the end of the 4th quarter, which is why the motto of the CFL is that no lead is safe. None.
Take last night's game
unless
as
you
an
run
example.
the ball and whatnot, that clock is going to constantly stop under 2 minutes. So there are kind of different, like if you receive a pass and you run out of bounds, it'll stop the clock. If you're still if it's an incomplete pass, it stops the clock. Like,
I will just say this: you want to go see an entertaining game? Go watch the last 3 minutes of last night's
running
game.
wide, and he'll connect there with a pass, and this will be a first down here for the Stampeders as they just pass midfield.
Hey, Carter.
What?
Just don't even watch yesterday's game. Just go watch the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, yesterday's game, Saskatchewan-Toronto, was a crazy finish to that, where Toronto, behind the majority of the game, finally comes back and gets it done. And they tied the game after being behind for such a while. They get the touchdown. They get the 6 points. However, they needed to get a 2-point conversion in order to tie it. They got it, but then they gave up a kickoff return touchdown, and they lose it immediately after. They didn't have enough players in the field. They kicked it to one of the best returners in the league. Just a disaster. And the other play I forgot to mention, there's one other rule in Canadian football that is very important to mention, which is something called the rouge, or the single, which is where if you kick the ball and it goes through the back of the end zone, it is a single. You get 1 point for that. So if you miss a field goal, but you go through the back of the end zone, which remember are not the same thing because of where the uprights are, you do get a single point for that, which has at times cost people the game. So just crazy stuff. So is your team, you're repping one of the best in the league? So the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have been one of the best teams in the league for the past few years. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers have done something pretty uncommon in the CFL. They have been in the last 5 Grey Cup games. So it'd be like a team in the U.S. going to 5 straight Super Bowls. The Bombers won the first 2 of those times in the Grey Cup, the 2019 and 2021, because 2020, because of the pandemic, there was no CFL season. And then the 3 most recent ones, they lost to Toronto, then they lost to Montreal, and then they lost to Toronto again. So Toronto's done very well in previous years. They've had a very bad start so far this year. Winnipeg has only played 1 game. They got their second game coming up again just later tonight. But the Bombers, at least out west in the CFL, have been the team to beat. In the East, it's kind of rotated between Montreal and Toronto, although Montreal certainly looks like they are the team to beat in the East so far this year. But yeah, Winnipeg has done very well. But Calgary is off to a decent start, but they're behind by 4 in this game. 2nd and 10 on their Ottawa 42. VA passes that, and they'll grab a first down there as they're
Carter's
at
just
the
waiting for
Redblacks
Zach Claris.
30-yard line. What?
Carter's just waiting for Zach Claris to return tonight.
Zach Collaros, which, fun fact, Zach Collaros, very, very, very good friend of Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs.
The heck kind of pass was that? Oh,
as they
that's
played
the previous
college football together.
Hey, maybe Kelsey and Taylor Swift will be at tonight's game in
Dude,
DC.
the CFL would go nuts if Taylor Swift showed up to a game. Vernon Adams Jr. in the pocket, getting pressured, and he is sacked. VA sacked for a loss of probably 7. Not good.
They're still in field goal range.
I need Ottawa to win by 2. I see. Yeah, so this will be the Redblacks' second sack of the game. The other thing you have to realize about the CFL is, again, it is an incredibly old league, which means that the Grey Cup in the CFL is actually way older even than the Super Bowl, as we this year will be the 112th Grey Cup. Not quite as old as the Stanley Cup, but not much younger. So this will go back for VA. VA passes that, and who is he? VA, where are you going? An awful pass by Vernon Adams Jr.
Hey, at least
will be
they're
3rd
at
and 16.
At least they're at the 35-yard line, so Preda should be able to make this kick.
But they'll still be down by 1.
That's okay. I believe.
He believes. Have there been a lot of CFL players that have went on to play in the NFL? Yeah, I mean, there's been a decent amount. There's also been guys, like, that's the thing. You have to realize there's a lot of players that have gone from CFL into the NFL. There have also been a lot of players that have went into the NFL, gone down the CFL, and not succeeded there either. And Paredes goes for the field goal, and it is good. Field goal here for Calgary brings this game even closer.
One name comes
this
to
will
mind
now
is
be
Alex.
a 13-12 game.
One name that comes to mind is Alex Singleton.
Are you? Yeah,
He
no,
played for
there's
Calgary before he went down to the States.
DeAndre Alford of the Atlanta Falcons played in Winnipeg first. Guys like Ontario Wilson. He was a receiver for us here in Winnipeg last year. Did really, really well. Is now with the New York Jets. Guys like Drew Desjardins had a short stint in the NFL. And then there's a bunch of guys like our former middle linebacker who just retired actually this past year. Adam Bighill used to play for the New Orleans Saints. There's been a lot of guys kind of go back and forth. Have there been no touchdowns in this game? Yeah, there have been none because they can't fucking throw the ball. So,
what are we looking at on passing yards?
I'm gonna say right now, this is a uncharacteristically low-scoring CFL game. This is tonight. That's not gonna be how it's not gonna be like this.
I'm gonna say this now. Dustin Crum is playing worse than Matt Schultz did last week.
Yeah, but Dustin Crum is also dealing with his rain.
He's 8-21. 102 yards.
Yeah, but Schultz didn't have the rain, and also to be fair, Dustin Crum is doing way better in the rushing department than Schultz did. Is he not? Look at his rushing yards.
Crum's only had 59
Schultz
rushing
has also
yards.
threw 3 interceptions. I don't think Crum's thrown a pick yet.
I mean, he hasn't thrown a touchdown either.
Yeah, but it's like, again, if you put, I don't think you can compare it, though, because the weather conditions are so much worse. I think Crum has been better in the sense of at least getting rushing yards for them. Schultz didn't get nothing. Again, he got a touchdown pass, but he got 3 interceptions. I think at least one of them was pick 6. Okay, Redblacks got the ball. 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Dustin Crum handing this off. Redblacks going to run the ball, and they'll get it through, and they'll get it for about 8 or 9 yards. Daniel Adeboboye with a good run for Ottawa.
So we are at 6 minutes and 36 seconds left before Adams Jr. has to wait another week to throw a touchdown this season.
Unless he gets a touchdown pass in the short bit left. But 2nd and 1 here for the Redblacks on the 49-yard line. And 165 rushing yards for the Redblacks, 160 for Calgary. And he's going to run it through. Daniel Adeboboye, he's going to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he's down at the 8-yard line. Adeboboye, what a run. Breaks it through.
No. I cannot believe Ottawa's going to end up with their first win of the season. This is bull garbage. There goes our perfect pick'ems.
Yeah, your audio's lagging with the video guy on the right. Yeah, no, my internet was kind of being a little goofy for a second, but it should be good.
There goes my perfect pick'em week.
What a run for Adeboboye. And they're now on the Calgary 8-yard line. 1st and goal for Ottawa.
Come on, Calgary, don't let me down.
Crum throwing onto the side. He'll get it through. And he's into the end zone. The first touchdown of the game. And it's for Ottawa. Adeboboye, touchdown, Redblacks.
I mean, our review for this week, for this game, is going to be boring.
Yeah.
No team has scored more than 8 points.
19-12. After an incredible run by Adeboboye gets through. And I think he prayed after that because I think Adeboboye is a pretty religious man. So I see a big.
Oh, we have another injury. Enough with injuries in this league, please.
And is that for Calgary or because I see a guy's down?
It just says Jay Roberts. It didn't say what team.
I think that's Calgary because I saw a guy down afterwards. So I like that. I need Ottawa.
No,
it's funny.
I don't want
Calgary.
Ottawa.
In my pick'ems, I picked Calgary because I thought Calgary looked better. But if Ottawa wins, I'll be happy in the sense of that. I'm a fan. I'm like the way that we determine playoffs in the CFL is very much like top 3 teams from West and top 3 from the East make it. The only way that there's a crossover where a team from the West plays in the East side is if 4th place in the West is better than 3rd place in the East, or vice versa, which is pretty uncommon, but occasionally happens. But I want points to, if Calgary's 2-0 right now, so if Calgary drops to 2-1, that helps my Bombers, which are currently 1-0.
Yeah, but I don't want Redblacks to be the first team in the East to get a win.
Besides Montreal. That sounds like an issue and not an ish me.
Come on, Calgary. Get your shit together.
If you're wondering, my friend over here, Rick, so I'm from Winnipeg. He's from Hamilton. He's wearing a Bomber jersey right now because Bombers are playing later. But he is a Hamilton Tiger Cats fan. And he's from Hamilton,
we're on a bye week,
which is just southwest of Toronto.
30-minute drive.
30-minute drive from downtown, or not downtown Toronto, but Toronto.
Well, no, because it would be 30 minutes to Mississauga and then another 10, 15 from there.
Yeah, that's nothing. And
I should just take the train.
The Redblacks lining up for the convert here, and they'll kick it up, and
Miss it.
It is good. And we are now at a 20-12 Ottawa lead with 4:42 left in the 4th quarter, which means that Calgary is going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game. But
wouldn't that be something?
With the run is what allows Ottawa to finally get the first touchdown of this game in front of not the biggest crowd over in Calgary. You know it felt like the downfall of the Stampeders in terms of like interest. It felt like when Bo Levi Mitchell left. I mean, then again, this was pre Boverall era Bo Levi Mitchell, but you know. Yeah, 4:42 left, just waiting for kickoff. Rick's trying to like wake up the demon in that chat.
I am.
He's not taking the bait. He's like, not yet. And they will kick this down, Calgary, with a return.
Lots of time
for a
left,
good return,
folks.
and he'll get just past the 30-yard line at about the 32 before he's taken down.
He's not bringing up last night. He doesn't want last night's events to happen again.
Oh, they haven't had to ride the horse yet for the touch for Stampeders touchdown, as that is something they do. And Vern Adams Jr. with a bad pass. Like, not a good throw from Vernon Adams Jr. And this will be 2nd and 10 on the Calgary 32-yard line.
Who do they even play next week?
Let's see here.
Oh, they're on a bye week.
2nd and 10 on the Stampeders 32. This goes back. Vernon Adams Jr. in the pocket. And he'll pass that. And I don't know if that's a complete pass. I don't know. Are we counting that as a complete pass? I think that maybe have hit the turf first. I don't know if they're counting that. So he throws a ball here. And Mills. Oh no, that goes off his hands. That goes off his hands. That is a pass. This is not incomplete. 3rd and 6. Calgary though gonna have to go for it. They need 6 yards here, and this will go for VA. VA looking to pass it, throws it long, and he throws a pick. Ottawa with the interception. Ringland takes possession, and we have a turnover. As on third down, they needed 6 yards. He throws it about 15, but he throws it to the wrong team. And this is now, Calgary leads this game in turnovers 4-0.
Carter, you know what the interesting thing is?
Yep.
Calgary's on a bye week next week, which means they don't play again till the 3rd against you guys.
The Stampede Bowl. The
Yeah, but is he going
inaugural.
to throw an interception? I guess they would have
It's
to get
funny.
the ball back in this.
The Stampeders are hyping this beautiful new trophy. I'm like, imagine they hype that trophy up just for them to not fucking win.
Is it just going to be between you guys and Stamps, or is it going to be them and other teams?
I kind of hope it's just a Winnipeg Calgary. I like it when teams have that tradition of like
Yeah,
for
you guys
example,
already
like,
have the Banjo Bowl, though.
yeah, but then again, but Calgary didn't have anything. Like, I guess they have the games again. Like, my thing is, why didn't they just do this with Edmonton to begin with? But I don't know. I think it's better if that trophy is the same two teams playing against each other. For those,
I mean,
us
in Toronto have one.
yeah, exactly. But it's you in Toronto. It's not you in Ottawa some years and you in Montreal some years. It's you in Toronto every year.
The good old Ballard Cup.
I wouldn't have even added in the Stampede Bowl, but now that they're doing it, I'm like, yeah, well.
Man, this sucks. Ottawa's going to go from like last to fucking second. Brendan Adams, you suck. Will the real Stampeders please stand up? Because this Calgary team is a hot garbage. What?
Oh my goodness. Okay, Rick, you're going to want to see this, okay? Someone
Right.
in the CFL chat I'm in messaged Kadeem Carey, like an Argo fan, kind of shit talking him, and Kadeem Carey laid it back at him. Would you like to hear the chat? So somebody messaged Kadeem Carey, this is an Argo fan, saying, "We'll see you in the Grey Cup when it matters." And then Kadeem Carey said, 0-3, y'all ain't making playoffs. And then the Argo fan says, "I guarantee we will. Probably go 15-3 with Mayim Williams winning MOP." The guy who got just rage baiting Kadeem Carey. And then Kadeem Carey says, "Ha ha, you sound like the GM that got you into this place in the first place. Only time will tell, but I know where we will be. Not worried about y'all." He said, "I touched the field last night more than you, and that says something."
I mean, Kadeem Carey didn't really play last night, so...
I know, but it's just funny seeing Kadeem Carey get into... This is Argos News. He just lobbed up some rage bait. He just rage baited Kadeem Carey. That's hilarious. 2nd and 1 here for the Redblacks, and I think they'll probably get that. It looks like they do. Four viewers. Thank you all who have joined the live stream. Make sure you guys like the stream if you haven't already. It actually helps out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't yet. And in just around 20 minutes, we will be live for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers facing off against the BC Lions. That game probably going to be a bit more entertaining than this one. No offense to fans of Redblacks or Stampeders fans, but they'll be playing over in BC Place in the Dome, so they won't have to worry about the bad weather that we're dealing with at McMahon Stadium for this game. 1st and 10 here for Ottawa on the Calgary 47-yard line. And they're going to run that there.
For 2 yards.
And that will be about a 3-yard run, it looks to be.
So, you want to hear something even more funnier?
Yeah.
There was a Saskatchewan fan last night that was asking me what Jordan Williams' Twitter handle was so he could chirp them out about that hit on Harris last night. This guy was taking it so far that he was going to write the team.
Oh, my goodness. Ottawa goes for a carry here. Doesn't look like they'll quite get enough. Who's going to win that one? BC, Winnipeg? I'm obviously hoping for Winnipeg. Winnipeg missing their star running back. However, they lost him last game, Brady Oliveira. Matthew Peterson goes in, has an incredible game, backup running back. Just fantastic. Nathan Rourke out for the BC Lions, starting quarterback for them. However, their backup, Jeremiah Mazzoli, has a capable reputation in the CFL, but couldn't really get it going last game. He did not throw any touchdowns, only an interception in his short time that he played in the fourth quarter. Winnipeg looking to sweep the Lions 2-0. Lions hoping to get one back and not fall to 1-2 on the season after their Week 1 win against the Edmonton Elks. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 here on the Calgary 41. And it looks like Lewis Ward's going to go for a 48-yard field goal attempt here for the Redblacks. He's going to kick it. It's up, and it hits off the uprights. It is no good. Hits the left post, and this game will remain 20-12 with 1:53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Again, no lead is safe in the CFL. This game is very much not over yet, but in a game where getting touchdowns has been a problem, Calgary with a bit of a challenge ahead of them. And Calgary now has the ball. Vernon Adams Jr. passing that down. He'll connect just shy of midfield. Dominic Rhymes with the catch. Just changing it to the HD version of the channel. I don't know why I didn't have it on that, but... Olivier's like clutching my weed vape. He's like praying Ottawa can hold on. 1st and 10. Vernon Adams Jr. with an air pass, and he'll connect that for Jalen Philpott. Jalen Philpott with around 8 or 9 yards. Calgary finally getting some passing going. They're trying to get this ball down the field quick. Good catch. Jalen Philpott with overall a relatively solid performance. Vernon Adams Jr. in the pocket. He's getting pressured. Good job by the offensive line of Calgary. And he's going to snap that over. And I think that'll stay in bounds. Refs are checking now. And they're saying that's in bounds. First down, Calgary. 1st and 10. Calgary really pushing down the field here as they're desperately trying to tie this game. And yeah, he does have a foot down. Also, the American fan, the NFL fan in the chat wondering, in the CFL, you only need 1 foot to touch in bounds. You don't need both feet. So just another thing I just remembered worthy of mentioning. Calgary is now on the Ottawa 38-yard line. 1st and 10. And Malden the 4th is going off due to injury here as goes down a little awkwardly. Jones with the catch. That's Tevin Jones, right, Rick?
That is.
Vernon Adams Jr. throwing that down, and he connects! Dominic Rhymes just under the 30-yard line.
I thought you were going to say Vernon Adams for a touchdown.
Nope, not quite. But Dominic Rhymes basically falls down, gets up, and makes the catch here. Vernon Adams Jr. First and 10 in the pocket, connects. Oh, but Brooks can't hold on to it. TSN won't let me watch either. Says my cable package doesn't include sports, but it always has before. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm right now just on Bell, and they got it on channel 37. So
What is that? The games?
the game that I'm watching this on TSN 1.
So
Watching in browser anyway. Yeah, that's strange.
What I would suggest, Dustin, is look up Waters 27 on YouTube or Stampeders Classic or Calgary Classic.
Let me see here. I'm trying to watch the game, but the site you gave me won't let me. Okay. Well, then the reason for that is so basically it's a little confusing. Canadians are not really able to use CFL Plus because TSN owns the broadcast rights. In the US, it's a little confusing. Sometimes there are some CFL games that are airing in the United States, some that are not. So if you can't view the game on CFL Plus, it's most likely because either like ABC or another news outlet,
CBS Sports
or CBS has the rights to broadcast that game. It's only when there's no broadcast rights that VA, he's going for the end zone, but he can't quite get it to Philpott. And Philpott was trying to draw a pass interference penalty, but he's not going to get it.
Okay, so the best thing that I can suggest is if you
that
look
is
up
turnover on downs. Calgary with 5 turnovers tonight.
If you look at one of those two people on YouTube, once the game's over, they take out the commercials, and then you'll be able to watch the game.
Yeah, so if you want to watch back the game later, you'll be able to check it out that way. Thanks, Rick, for putting that in there.
Yeah, just look up one of those two names, and then you'll be able to watch it later after they take out the commercials and upload it. Because they already have last night's Ryder Saskatchewan on Calgary Stamps Classics already.
Yeah. They post every game, I think, right?
Him or Waters do.
Attaboy stopped at the line of scrimmage here on a run. Oh, awesome. I'll do that. Yeah. So. So like CFL Plus is fantastic. It's just it depends on if it's available kind of in your region, depending on where it is. I'm able to use CFL Plus because me and Rick we got a VPN that we'll use. So I'll set my location to like either Japan or England, and then if you're outside Canada or the United States with a VPN, or just there physically, you're able to use CFL Plus for free.
But you would have to go to
How much time's left in the game? Only 34 seconds, and the Redblacks are running the ball, so they're gonna keep that clock.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Adams has regressed since being with Calgary.
I don't even know if I'd say he's regressed. I just say he hasn't kind of found his footing yet. You know what I mean?
So, Dustin Crum, 9 of 22. 111 yards passing.
And we got an injury here on Calgary as Webb is down.
And Vernon Adams is 16 of 31 for 209.
The Redblacks here, 3rd and 5th, they're going to be forced to punt. They're not going to be able to knee out the clock. They're just checking on Webb as Webb is down in the field. But yeah, just 34 seconds left. Not impossible to come back from this, but relatively unlikely, as they'll be able to kill off a bit of time even before they punt that ball because they've been running it. Oh my God, Rick, he's still rage baiting Kadeem Carey.
Is Kadeem Carey in this chat?
No, this is like someone in my chat is sending screenshots of his conversation in DMs with Kadeem Carey.
Oh.
Because he's Kadeem Carey said, "Put some respect on my name, because you wouldn't be wearing."
Okay, they're Ron Killings.
No, just he's like, "Put some respect on my name, because you wouldn't be wearing a ring if it wasn't for me. So you better be thankful and just be happy, because this year you got to watch me win another one." And then he sent a photo, and then he sent the video of Mario Alford's kickoff return touchdown. It says, "Have a nice day, loser."
Oh my lord!
And then the Argos fans like, "I'll put some respect on AJ Ouellette and the running back that actually showed up in the biggest game and didn't get outplayed by the backup." Oh, bro. That's
The
actually
hate
hilarious.
that Argo fans have for Kandeen Carey. Oh, doesn't look good for Damian Webb. Looks like another long-term injury.
And yeah, so there's 6 seconds left. So Calgary now with possession with 6 seconds left. They basically are going to go for the Hail Mary here as they're on their own 30-yard line. A Hail Mary for Calgary will be the end of this game.
Start the next game already, please.
They're lining
Can't
up.
risk that anymore. Calgary's garbage.
And it is
Fucking
snapped for
waste of sperm.
Vernon Adams Jr. looking for something. Passes it onto the side, connects. And he's not even going to be able to get a first down. And the clock expires. It is over. Ottawa with their first win of the year. Final score, 20-12. Redblacks defeat the Calgary Stampeders 20-12. The Redblacks will improve to 1-2 on the season. Calgary, with their first loss, goes 2-1. Anon says, "I win $50." There you go. Congratulations.
And one touchdown scored in this whole bloody game.
So we want to thank everyone who's joined up on the live stream here. Again, reminder, in like maybe 10 minutes, I don't even know if it'll be 10 minutes, we will be live for Winnipeg versus BC. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do all of our weekly CFL content, previews, reviews. We cover it all. For whatever team is the team you're following. It's Canadian football. We cover it here. So, again, thank you everyone for the support. And yeah, if you guys are not able to access any sort of stream of the game, we'll be doing kind of a rough play-by-play. If you got any questions about what's going on in the BC Winnipeg game, we will be covering that. I'm gonna bet again. So should I go Winnipeg? I'm not responsible for your money. I am not going to say. I'm just saying, if I have money, I bet on the Bombers. I think the Bombers, I think they look good. I'm not recommending it, because, again, don't come back at me if it doesn't go your way. However, I'm very much rooting for Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg, objectively, is more likely to win.
First one, but more to come.
Like, I'll put it this way. Rick, you kind of have no emotional stake in the game. Who do you think's going to win between BC and Winnipeg? Genuinely.
I have an emotional stake in this game?
No, I said, Rick, you're like unbiased in the sense of it doesn't really make a difference to you no matter who wins this game.
I mean, at this point, you have a guy who should be in a senior home in Missouli with how old and who has like no knees left in his legs.
Thing. Rick, who do you think's going to win? Unbiased opinion.
Winnipeg?
You think Winnipeg's going to win? Okay, there you go. Remember last year when the Bombers shut out BC at home? That was a great moment. I agree, Dustin. I agree. Getting a shutout in a football game is a hard feat to do, and they did it last year. And so, we're hoping for that. So, I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. Again, in just around 10 minutes or whatever it is, we will be live. In 7 minutes for the BC Winnipeg game. So, make sure you guys tune in for that. And, peace, love, and positivity, all you wonderful people. Thank you for joining in for the stream. And we'll see you in just